This is a tutorial demonstrating how a user would interact with my application I made for my Rails portfolio project. So this is the home screen. Here we can see all the basketball teams, football teams, and baseball teams created by fans on my application. They're all ordered by the number of fans they have. This is for the requirement of using scope methods, the where and order scope methods. So we'll log out of the account that I was signed into. Signing up, pretty simple. So let's say test. Well, just to show the error messages, if I try to create a fan, here are these error messages. Let's do test user at gmail.com. Test. All right, now we have a test account. This is the profile page. Obviously, we don't have any baseball, basketball, or football teams or diehard teams yet. Um, so essentially, we have two options. If a team is already created, we can go and become a fan of them through the team's show page. So let's say we're a huge Lions fan. This is the Lions show page showing the number of fans and players. We can become a fan of this team here. It renders this form and just asking if we are a diehard fan of that team. Let's say yes, we are. So we'll create. So now we have the Detroit Lions as our football team, and we're a diehard team, our diehard fan of that team. So just to show, the Lions got another fan, and now it is showing up green on the home page because that is a team we are a diehard fan of. So essentially, from our profile, oops, we can edit diehard fan status. So essentially, this is how we go ahead and edit that route. Now we aren't a diehard fan of that team, but we're still a fan of that team. And in this case, it won't show up green anymore because we're not a diehard fan anymore. So in the case that we wanted to add a team that's not currently here on the application, let's say we want to be a fan of the Knicks. So let's go and add a team. This is where the nested form comes into play. Diehard fan is a attribute of my join model, but this is a new team form. So the fan team model is nested here inside of the form for making a new team. So let's say the Knicks, New York, and let's say we're a diehard fan. No, now we're a Knicks fan, which currently exists. Well, it exists now. It didn't currently exist before that. Um, Obviously, we can still edit the diehard fan status, or we can go to the next page and remove this team from our fan list. Now we're not a fan at all of the Knicks, but the Knicks will still. Well, in this case, no, it would not because we deleted it essentially. So essentially, we need to go ahead and add. We can add them back. Be a diehard fan of them. Here the Knicks are. So essentially, that is the functionality of the create, edit, and delete. So let's go ahead and add some players to the Knicks. So there's no current players currently added here on the Knicks, but we can add a new player. So let's add RJ Barrett. Um, so let's go ahead and add. Now we have RJ Barrett on the Knicks. This is also uh, nested resource, as you can see here. So the player is automatically associated with the Knicks when it's created through the nested resource. Notice I didn't have to type in, oh, this player plays for the Knicks. It automatically put him on the Knicks team. So we can edit the player. Let's say he moved to small forward. There we go. We can delete him as well. Full crud. Um, that these are more error messages that I do have. Checking for validations. We can add them back. Just to have them on the Knicks. So that's basically how that works. I can go and show that other teams do have flares. 5 flares here on the Heat that I added. So that's basically the functionality of the application. One thing that I can still show is logging in through Facebook. I'll log in through my Facebook. And now we're here on my homepage that I made. Yeah, so now since I have plenty of diehard fans on this account, it will show up on the homepage green. So that's essentially the application. I can edit that diehard fan status. I'm not sure if I showed this before. This is basically updating the join model. So if I wasn't a diehard fan of the Heat, there we go.